So recently, Twiztid just made a new version of Rock the Dead called Rock the Dead Twiztid version, and just put it out on a vinyl single. If you want to see what it looks like, I did upload a unboxing video of it, and it'll be in the link in the description. It should be a couple videos back. It shouldn't be too far back. Now, what this means for the future, I do not know. Could it mean a Most Tasteless Redux, kind of like Roger Waters did Dark Side of the Moon Redux? But hopefully this one will be better than spoken word bullshit. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I saw a lot of people saying that the old version is better. OG is better. This is shit. Blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. So, for this episode of Who Did It Better, we are putting both of these versions head to head to see what is the best one. So the first version, from what I could find, it was released in 1999 on the reissue of Most Tasteless. It was produced by Mikey Clark, and it is a classic. You cannot deny that it isn't a classic. It's a good one that they play live. Is it my favorite from the album, or the Most Tasteless era in general? Not by a long shot. Honestly, I think it's what We Don't Die is. It's one of the overplayed ones. It's one everyone knows, but it's overplayed, and I just kind of don't really feel anything listening to it. I'm like, oh, it's cool. When's the next one coming on? That's how I feel listening to it. It is a nice mix on the song. I will say that the song vocals and the instrumental were done really well layering-wise. It really gives it a warm feeling, if that makes sense to anyone else. I get a warm feeling listening to it, but I personally think that the mix is a bit too muddy, a bit too soft, if that makes sense. I feel like it should have a remix done, or should have had a remix done prior to where it cleans it up and gives it a bit more of a crisp, crystal clear sound to it. Am I saying make everything super sharp and noisy? No, I'm just saying definitely work it up a bit, because it feels like it's kind of lacking in the feel of it, and it does feel really, really dated, if that makes sense. Now for the 2024 Twiztid version, and as of now, it is only released on the 7-inch single. Someone did upload it to YouTube, so you can find it there. It is also produced by Mikey Clark, so we kind of have more of a similarity. We have someone who produced the first one, so shouldn't really be too far off from what we're getting. And they really did a good job, capturing, kind of resurrecting this track. They fucking nailed it on the head, and I love it. They did a great job. But there's a small problem that I've seen some people talk about, but I want to bring this up because they're saying that the whole song feels lifeless, and that's not the case. It's the vocals. The vocals were done well, but it feels like there's not that much life into it. It's not on life support, but it's not running a marathon, if that makes sense. That's just how I pictured it in my head. It's like the beat itself, the instrumental, was so well done, and it feels so full of life, so well rounded, and very spacious, but yet the vocals really feel like they're stuck in this one path, and there's not really any deviation from it. And you can really tell this in the chorus, because it feels like the chorus is a tiny bit lackluster, just because of how the vocals were mixed, when the instrumental was spot on good. And it is tough to pick a winner for this by a landslide, because both have good, both have bad. The mixed original being okay for the time of its release, but now it's seeming a bit soft and muddy, but yet the new one is spot on instrumental wise, but it is lacking in the vocal mix section a tiny bit. While both are good and listenable, I will have to say as an overall win, I am going to give it to the 2024 Twiztid version, but it is not by a landslide. It's just by a very few tick. And the reason it won, because I know people are going to be like, oh, you're just meat riding, glazing, whatever the fuck. Shut up. Let me explain. The reason it won is because while the vocals are lacking in the mix department a tiny bit, the actual feeling in their voice, the way they get the lyrics across, the way they actually speak it, feels more natural and genuine compared to the original, which feels like they're pretty much playing along, if that makes sense. And it feels like that kind of vocal pattern that they had, it really lasted from the Most Tasteless to the Freak Show era, with how they pronounce stuff. And obviously, as we get older, we pronounce stuff differently and all, but the delivering on the new version versus the old version, the new version is so much better and feels so natural to play along with. And I feel like that's what helps the beat out. Now, if the vocals on that were mixed just as full, the 2024 would have won by a landslide. But because of how lacking the vocal mix was, it's almost neck and neck pretty much. Now, I'm not saying the original is bad. I'm just saying there could have been a tiny bit more of a kick. But hey, I'm happy with it. And hopefully something else comes from this, because this is neat to see a redo, because that's not been done before that I'm aware of. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, I don't remember. I know so much music, but yet at the same time, I'll draw a blank on a lot of it. But as of recently, I do not remember them putting out anything of a redux or a redo, other than the Mutant remixed and remastered. But at the same time, I think that was just the instrumental pulled and redone. I think the vocals were the same. So what are your thoughts? I want to hear it down in the comments. Did you like the original better from '99? Or did you like the 2024 better? And why did you like it? I don't want to just hear you say, because it's Psychopathic versus Magic Ninja. I want to hear actual reasons of why you like it. Whether it be a sentimental reason, or if you're into the production side of it. What do you think, production-wise, was better for each of them? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments. And if you liked the video, let me know as well by comment, subscribe, share, do whatever. See you in the next one.